Welcome to the first rendition of Burning Hot Topics. This channel is designed to provide you with stories that you may not necessarily hear of in mainstream media, but it is enough to garner the attention, significant attention. Now, the first video on this particular channel is going to come out of Colorado, where you have a woman who used to own a funeral home is being sentenced to 20 years in prison for, get this, everybody, selling body parts. A former Colorado funeral home owner was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison on Tuesday for defrauding relatives of the dead by dissecting 560 corpses and selling body parts without permission. 46-year-old Megan Hess pleaded guilty to fraud in July. She operated a funeral home, Sunset Mesa, and a body parts entity, Donor Services, from the same building in Montrose, Colorado. The 20-year term was the maximum allowed under federal law. Her 69-year-old mother, Shirley Koch, also pleaded guilty to fraud and was sentenced to 15 years. Koch's central role was chopping up the bodies, court records show. Hess and Koch used their funeral home at times to essentially steal bodies and body parts by using fraudulent and forged donor forms. Hess and Koch's conduct caused immense emotional pain for the families and the next of kin. The federal case was triggered by a 2016 to 2018 Reuters investigative series about the sale of body parts in the United States, a virtually unregulated industry. Former workers told Reuters that Hess and Koch conducted unauthorized dismemberments of bodies, and a few weeks after a 2018 story was published, the FBI raided the business. In their filing, prosecutors stressed the macabre nature of Hess's scheme and described it as one of the most significant body part cases in U.S. history. Hess's lawyer said that she's been unfairly vilified as a witch and a monster and a ghoul, when instead she was a quote-unquote broken human being whose conduct could be attributed to a traumatic brain injury at age 18. In court on Tuesday, Hess declined to speak to the judge. Koch told the judge that she was sorry and took responsibility for her actions. 26 victims described their horror as discovering what had happened to their loved ones. Tina Shannon, whose mother was dismembered against her will, told the court she's worn so many masks to cover the pain she will never be okay. It is illegal in the United States to sell organs such as hearts, kidneys, and tendons for transplant. They must be donated. But selling body parts such as heads, arms, and spines, for which what Hess did for use in research or in education, is not regulated by federal law. Hess committed crimes, prosecutors said, when she defrauded relatives of the deceased by lying about cremations and dissecting bodies and selling them without permission. The surgical training companies and other firms which bought the arms, legs, heads, and torsos from Hess did not know they had been fraudulently obtained. At the funeral home, Hess charged family up to $1,000 for cremations that never occurred, and she offered others free cremations in exchange for body donations. Prosecutors said she lied to more than 200 families, which received cremated ashes from bins mixed with remains of different cadavers. So it just goes to show you that these individuals will go through great lengths and stoop to any level to procure the almighty dollar. She has 20 years to think about it. Her mama has 15 years to think about it. And there's no guarantee if her mama even going to make it out of prison. There's even no guarantee that she's going to make it out. 20 years is a long time. But this is what happens when you play these type of games. So I feel absolutely nothing for this woman. What she did was clearly unacceptable. Please leave your comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell whenever I go live. And if you like the content that I'm presenting, please share these videos on your social media platforms. I thank you for listening. I will catch you in another video. Peace.